This email comes from Kyung Jin. He earned a LaMarche Global Advanced Certification about a year ago, and I was his coach. He was recently appointed to the position of Chief Change Officer for a global distribution organization. In his email, he tells me he's working with the project sponsor who's responsible for the implementation of a new enterprise change project. This project will impact every employee in the company around the globe. His intention is to establish a change agent network, and he's asking for advice on how to recruit, select, and onboard the best candidates. To start with, in response to Kyung Jin's question, is to really understand what is a change agent network and why is it so important for a project such as this. When we talk about a change agent network, the concept is that we have a large-scale change, and in Kyung Jin's case, enterprise-wide global, which means that there isn't any one change agent who has either the capacity or the insight to be able to deal with all of the multiple issues as well as the multiple target groups who will be impacted by the change. So what is a best practice is to go out into those organizations, into the global enterprise, and identify by business unit or global region or whatever criteria that makes sense to the organization, a grouping, a dissection, if you will, of the enterprise. And then to look inside each one of those units, a business unit or a functional unit, for an individual who can serve in the role of the change agent. And serving in the role of a change agent inside of the change network is to be able to be the eyes and ears of the change as it relates to that particular business unit. So the roles and responsibilities of the change agent in the network are very similar to the roles and responsibilities of what we will call Kyung Jin as the primary change agent. They are responsible for understanding, capturing, collecting, reporting resistance data. And what's unique about the role of the change network or change agents in the network is that not only do we deal with that resistance locally, but we also upload or we carry upward those issues, concerns, and challenges so that Kyung Jin can look at this in a holistic view. So the network creates the opportunity for a holistic change management approach as well as a business unit or organizational unit driven change effort. They have to coordinate, they have to align, the change agents have to talk among and between themselves in order for this to be successful. So back to Kyung Jin's question, how do we find the right people? Well, the right people, if you will, for change agents is to really look at individuals who have strong communication skills. They're well respected within their organization. They are not afraid of conflict because, in a sense, there's a lot of opportunity for conflict management, conflict identification. They have to be able to interact well with senior leaders. They have to be able to push back and coach, deliver difficult messages. All of that criteria gets included in a job description with a clear set of roles, a clear set of responsibilities to support that role. Once we have the clarity around the job description for a change agent in the change agent network, we go out into the organization to recruit those best individuals. Now, what I find in a lot of organizations is the tendency is that when we approach the senior leadership in that organization, rather than look for the best suited candidate, they look for individuals who have availability of time. We don't need to position folks who have availability of time into this role. We need to position individuals who are very, very comfortable in the roles I've just described. So we go out, we work with the leaders of the organization, we help them to identify the best candidates. We look to HR in those organizations to realign the job description and the performance evaluation criteria such that their change management role is critical. Then we set out to make the right selection and onboard them. Onboarding change agents to support the change agent network is very similar to onboarding change agents for a single key project. We bring them together, we train them. We make certain that they understand the methodology, that we develop the skill and the competency within them so that they can effectively apply the methodology. Back to Kyung Jin's question, selection of the best candidates, recruiting the best candidates, selecting the best candidates, onboarding the best candidates, and then ultimately making certain that the infrastructure is in place, the coaching is in place, the sponsorship is in place for them to be successful. It becomes Kyung Jin's responsibility to create the overarching strategy and the overarching plan such that the change agents in the change agent network have a really clear understanding of their role, how the communications will flow, what resources are available to them, and the expectations that Kyung Jin has for them as driven by the authorizing sponsor for this effort.